Okay, my pick for Talk of the Table is, she sings love songs too, country star Mickey Guyton.
You received your first ever Grammy nomination in Best Country Solo Performance. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
That's the singer-songwriter getting the news of her first ever Grammy nomination. That was back in November for the song Black Like Me. She became the first black female solo artist to be nominated for a Grammy in a country category. The vocal powerhouse, and powerhouse is the word, will make history once again. This Sunday, she is co-hosting the Academy of Country Music Awards. Wow. Alongside fellow country star Keith Urban. This is a big deal. We spoke to Guyton about her trials as a trailblazer in the genre and how she learned the big news about the ACMs.
I got a phone call and it was literally Keith Urban asking me to co-host the ACM Awards. And you know, I wanted to do the praise dance and the hallelujahs and all of that. I still can't believe it.
Country music artist Mickey Guyton is making history as the first black woman to co-host the Academy of Country Music Awards. For the Texas native, 2021 has been a year of blessings, including the birth of her baby son Grayson with husband Grant Savoy. We first spoke to Guyton back in 2015 when her single Better Than You Left Me was climbing the country charts.
I always think, what would it be like to drive in your car or to be wherever you are and you hear your song on the radio?
It is.
Do you remember that moment?
I do remember that moment. My manager's driving in the car and all of a sudden I hear this familiar song and you're just like, this is what I dreamed about.
But she says soon after that conversation, she was faced with the harsh reality of pursuing a career in country music as a black woman.
I dealt with a lot of difficult things being on the road and trying to figure out myself in country music. You know, I did get called the N-word at a show and that was devastating to me.
You're on stage, Mickey, and someone calls you an N-word?
I was doing a after-show signing and I was literally going to hug a kid and someone walked by me and they said, everybody's waiting for the N-word. And I just remember I looked up and I said, God bless you, and I kept moving, but it hurt.
But that hurts, yeah. Mickey, that hurts to even hear that that happened to you. I think about your life, how long you've been doing this, and you never gave up.
I almost did. When I had that first interview with you, I was this bright-eyed, like starting out my career, like all of these hopes and dreams, and it didn't necessarily go the way I had planned.
I remember that interview, Mickey, and I walked out of there and I said, it's only
Me
a matter
too.
of time. Yeah, me too. Before people see what I see. There must have been something about you that said, I believe in me.
At a certain point, I even didn't believe in me. I felt like I had spent all of this time working towards this career and I just couldn't get off the ground. I was literally at my breaking point that I wanted to give up, and my husband wouldn't let me do that.
What did he say to you? He must have said something that resonated with you.
One night I asked my husband, why do you think country music isn't working for me? And he said, because you're running away from everything that makes you different. And he said, country music is 3 chords and the truth, right? Well, then why aren't you writing your truth about being a black woman in America singing country music? And I was like, oh my God, it's right there. And that's when I wrote a song called Black Like Me.
What were you hoping would happen with the song?
Well, when I wrote it, I remember one of the people I wrote it with, Nathan Chapman, turned around and said, this could be the biggest song of your career, and it may make people very angry. And it kind of scared me because I was like, why would my truth, why would that make someone so angry? And then after we released it, I did get some pretty mean messages on my social media from it.
How did you handle that?
You know, I try to act like I'm strong, but I'm not always strong. And I'm sorry.
Oh, Mickey, I'm sorry.
Thank you. It further proves the point that I was trying to make with the song.
You also got a lot of support for the song too, didn't you?
Absolutely. I got
Yeah.
so much support from the song from all walks of life. There were so many loving messages from people that showed me that I was doing the right thing. That were showing that this is why I'm here. As weak as I've felt, I still feel strong because I know that I'm standing up for people that don't necessarily have that ability.
It does seem to be that country music is having a conversation with itself as well. You know, I'm talking, of course, about the Morgan Wallen incident where he used the N-word. Does it feel different to you this time?
Yes and no. You hate when you see such unfortunate videos like that for anybody, and it could have happened to anybody in this genre. It just so happened to be Morgan Wallen. I think there is a lesson to be learned from this. Yes, he was wrong in this, but I don't necessarily think that you cancel someone. But he does need to feel the weight of his words. I think for the longest time, you know, it was able to slip by because there weren't a lot of people of color in the genre. But now that we're here, it's forcing people to have to think about it.
Are you hopeful?
I am extremely hopeful. I know great things take time, and I can't expect everything to change in an instant. And sometimes you have to meet people where they're at. And that's something that I'm learning. And I hope that I can now be a beacon for a lot of people, a beacon of light to show that if you stick to your true self and what is true to you, anything can happen.
Go, Mickey. She is not a woe is me girl, you know,
No, not
lamenting
at all.
about what has happened. What she says is you do the work and you keep going, but it's hard, as you both know, doing a Zoom, and you can't reach out and touch the person and
Yes.
comfort the person, because my heart really went out when she had that little moment. But, you know, she's on the ACM Diversity Task Force.
Yeah.
She said she believes it's legit, that people really do want change, and she's glad to be part of that conversation. And best of all, she has a record coming out for the first time in 10 years.
Wow.
Her first one. I know, Tony, I was so surprised that it's taken that long.
Yeah.
She's released music, but this is her first album
Yeah.
that's coming out this summer.
I remember when she was on the show when she released the song initially, Black Like Me,
Yes.
and we were all very interested to see what would happen and how it would be received.
She's gotten a lot of support. There's some haterade too, but
Yeah.
she's gotten a lot of support, and she chooses to focus on that. She has a husband and a baby, and so she feels life is good. But she, as we all know, we are not there yet.
No,
we are not.
But at
she's
least we're making steps in the right
But
direction.
she's a big part of this new conversation.
Yes.
That's
And his
happening.
country music is
Yes.
three notes and the truth.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot more truth on that album, I think.
Yeah, and I like what she said about Morgan Wallen. That doesn't mean that you need to be canceled. I think he, too, is also doing the work, and he could also be instrumental in the change.
Yeah, and it's great that she's
Say
just had a kid, and can I say Grayson has a heck of a head of hair.
Yeah, he does. Grayson. Congrats. We're going to be watching you on Sunday. It's the 56th Annual ACM Awards Sunday night, 8, 7 Central, right here on CBS. Mickey, as you know, is co-hosting with the great Keith Urban. It's going to be a good show.